Hi, everyone. Welcome to PopWire. My name's Rowell.
And I'm Dani.
Today, we have a very special guest with us from the Tubi original Slay. We'll bring them on in just a little bit, but before we get started, please do us a favor and support our YouTube channel by hitting the subscribe button, drop a like, and comment below, and let us know who your favorite drag queen is. Hey, Dani, how you doing?
Hey. I'm great. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you for joining me today. This is very exciting. I'm
Yes.
very excited to speak with them. Have you seen what are, very quickly, what did you think of the movie?
Oh my God, I loved it. It was so funny and gory and had all of the aspects of a vampire horror that you want. Yeah, it was wonderful.
Yeah, I never thought that those like horror and then like drag, I never knew the combination would work. And I,
Yeah.
I, I love as just as you said, I laughed. I didn't expect to laugh as much as I did. And a big part of the humor is, thanks to the guest that we have on today. But before we get into that, Dani, please tell us what the movie is about.
So the synopsis of this movie is after a booking mistake, four drag queens find themselves performing for a mostly unwelcoming crowd. But when vampires attack, the crowd looks to the queens to save the day. This movie was written and directed by Jem Gerard, also starring Ryan A. Taylor, Heidi N. Closet, Crystal Meth, Carla Mel, and then, of course, Donia Cash as Jax. Sorry, I was giggling because some of the names, they're so funny.
Oh yeah, they're very punny. They're very yeah. And Crystal Meth, that's
Crystal
the thing? Oh
Method.
my
Sorry,
gosh,
I pronounced it
wow.
wrong. It's Crystal Method.
Oh,
Sorry.
Crystal Method.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Hiding in Closet, which is
Okay.
my
So I'm thinking like if I ever do drag, should I just go as like crack cocaine or
I mean, come on.
All right. So, as Danny just said, the movie also stars Donia Cash, who is actually our special guest today. Yay, yay, yay. I gotta say, Donia, before we begin, last night I had tickets to Bianca Del Rio, but I was like, I should just stay home and watch Slay. So that's what I did.
I am honored. I can't believe Bianca Del Rio took a back seat.
Yeah. Yeah, she was here in Seattle last night, and I was like, and what's funny is there's a reference to Bianca in the movie,
Oh
which is
yeah.
pretty cool. All right, well, thank you so much for joining us, Danya. All right, Danya, so my first question for you is, in your new film Slay, which centers around a biker bar under attack from a large group of vampires, your character Jax shows a deep love and appreciation for the drag queens that show up as a result of booking the wrong venue. Who in your life do you admire and inspires you the most?
Ooh, that's a great question. Oh gosh, well, because this has been such a drag dream, I would say like having if RuPaul knocked on my door and was like, "Listen, I saw Slay and I want to steal you,"
Mm,
I would say, "Take me. Just take me." I think RuPaul, I don't know if you've watched like their documentary or read their book or anything like that, but it's just so beautiful of where they were and who they are and who they want to be and how that growth shares. Do you know what I mean? Like your past is not going to be a burden, especially being a queer person. It's like a blessing and an inspiring step for all of us.
So in the film, we see a drag show, House Souffle, take a gig at a dive bar that's in a small town, hence bringing exposure to drag culture to a place that has very little. And in a way, this is exactly what Slay as a film does for its audience, right? Anyone who has access to Tubi can see a movie with positive queer representation. And in a time when we are seeing drag culture and queer people, especially our trans and non binary siblings, being villainized, how do we, as consumers of queer media, help support films like Slay so that more people can get exposed to positive queer representation?
Yeah, I would say watch, comment, share, talk about it. Like so many folks who've seen Slay demographically are that I know aren't my queer friends and that we've changed their perspective and they're excited for the next one. I have people from all walks of life, and I know with everything going on in the world and having folks be marginalized is to just keep breaking those structures and inclusivity. And, I talk about like a beehive mentality, not like a pyramid mentality, and just like keep beehiving and being like, yo, let's do this. Let's, if it's Slay or if it's something even dramatic or something from all budgets, right? So independent or Universal Studios or something. It's like just keep supporting each other because numbers matter. And some people, we're going into AI. So it's like
Hmm.
people are like, "Ooh, I see these numbers, so it means something." And I'm like, "Great." Like I know my heart can't share the numbers, but I hope that can help folks from all walks of life to be like, "I love this movie," which I totally agree. It's amazing.
Did you just drop like an exclusive? Did you say the next one?
I hope. I don't know. This is my
Is there gonna
dream.
be a sequel?
I've been going to bed every night going, yeah, I've been going to bed. I'm putting it out there. I want it so bad because it brought so much in one little
Hmm.
film. It brought humor, it brought action, it brought messaging, it brought people sitting there. Like I was talking to someone today and she was like, I was a bit apprehensive because vampires is not my thing. But then she was like, I loved it. She was like, I was living for all of it and it was just so touching and beautiful. And with like all the different storylines blended together. I thought Jem created such a beautiful movie, an amazing movie, and I'm crossing my fingers. Sequel.
Not only does Slay prominently feature queer representation in front of the camera, but behind the camera, writer and director of the film, Jim Gerard, also identifies as queer. I imagine the set was very much a safe space for everyone involved. What was the experience and environment like during filming?
It so like a breath of fresh air. Like it's so beautiful for someone who's a writer director, knows what they want, but also advocates for all walks of life. And we were actually having a really great conversation. It was me, Jim, Trinity, and I was like, "Hey, Trinity, I was just wondering, does it offend y'all if I say, hey, you guys, just because it comes out?" And sometimes we just never, I haven't conditioned myself, even for me being non-binary, if like what could offend someone. And Trinity taught me something so beautiful. She was like, it's your intention. You have the best intention, so I'm not offended. If someone was trying to do that for the opposite, it would be, and I was like, okay, like that's so beautiful to hear. And like you're like, okay, I can do this and learn and be open. But yeah, Jem, just watch out. Jem is some, you just watch out. I'm like, Jem Gerard is someone that is one to watch.
Fun fact, the both of you have worked on one of our favorite shows, Freeform's Motherland Fort Salem. Dani and I are big fans. Dani has this campaign with, trying to save the show, and she's worked so hard and she does all these events and great things with the fans. And that's very cool that, that you and Jem both worked on the show. Tell us a little bit about that.
I am a huge fan. I was like, why is it over? Like, what's going on? Make a prequel. Have the witches come back. I'll come
Oh my
back.
God. Yes,
Yeah,
please.
yeah. I love that show. I really love that show. I thought it was so smart. I thought it was forward thinking. I thought it was what we need in the world. And then I just don't, I'm like, I'm in shock. I'm still shocked. And I'm like, this is such an awesome show. And every time I share it with a friend, they're like, how come I've never seen this? How come I've never, and I'm like, I know, just watch it on Disney Plus.
Mhm.
Forgive me because it's kind of off topic, but um, you were casted as a prehistoric witch for Motherland, and you were part of the six women that sang the first song and thus created the human language. What was the backstory that you were given for that role?
It was what all that was shared with us. It was that we were parts of like not different continents per se, but we represented different walks of the world that we know today. And if you look back at that scene, all of the prehistoric witches are very distinguishingly
Mhm.
different from each other. So it was like, for example, I think I was the only one that was the fairest of them all. And I had the light eyes, but then I had such a northern like the ice one, because I was in, but then there's some folks that had more tribal and more South American or Middle Eastern or so I think it was just like we were part of different worlds, the beginning of the continents coming together to create the first song. Yeah, it was really, yeah, 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 that was a wild, wild shoot. That was so much fun. And I love Amanda Tapping. Like,
Great
yeah,
director.
So cool.
great.
So I had some really great fight scenes. Did you have any experience going into this film in fighting choreography? And could you walk us through how you learned the choreography for that last like really epic fight scene?
Well, funny enough, I was written as someone who hides a lot. So Jem
Okay.
was like, Jax is hiding under a table, Jax is doing this. And I don't know if it was just like the excitement or what happened, but I'd go up to Jem and I'm like, Jem, can I show you this fight sequence that me and the stunt team came up with? Can we please show you? Come on, boss. Let me just show you once. And then like Jem's like, I'm sorry, you did what in the 30 seconds? And I was like, yeah. I could do it. I could do it. Put me in, coach. And there's this one scene where I really wanted to slap a vampire across the face with Sheila's prosthetic tit.
Oh my
And
God.
and Jem was like, buddy, we're not gonna get it. It's like 2 extra beats. And I'm like, just one more go, one more go. And they're like, oh my God, okay, go. Like, let's see what we can do. And it made the cut. And I was like, yes. Okay.
Amazing.
But yeah, I definitely had some martial arts background. Like I used to do like mall performances as in karate when I was like really, really young. And then I did a little bit of like taekwondo and I've done like mixed martial arts, but this was like the first time to do such choreography in an acting performance, which was like awesome. It was like so much fun that Jem was like, you know what I've written will change just because you're just going for it. I'm like, great, thank you.
I love that Jen was open to that collaboration, right? Because normally some directors or writers, they're strict to the script, but the fact that you're able to add, your own spin on your projects, I think is really, really great. All right, so before we move on, we have a question sent in from Spencer Lord, who stars on CW's Family Law.
I love Spencer.
Oh, you love Spencer? Oh, Spencer is such a sweetheart. All right, so let's listen to that now.
Hello, I'm Spencer Lord from CW's Family Law and CBC's Heartland. My PopWire question for you is, what was the last thing you made with your hands for somebody? And what did that mean to you?
Spencer, so good to hear from you, buddy. The last thing I made with my hands was probably a paper airplane. I made a paper airplane. It was for a little kid, and when you're like, oh, I don't know how, and you're just like folding all the little folds and teaching a little kid how to make a paper airplane. And I'll tell you right now, I'm not a pro, but in their eyes, they thought I was, and that's all that matters.
Oh, that's great.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Once again, back to Slay. As Dani mentioned, Slay showcases positive queer representation. One of my favorite quotes from the movie is when Travis says, "The Rainbow Parade outnumber us out there right now. I don't trust them." And then what Earl says is my favorite part. Earl says, "They ain't a threat." I feel like that is such a strong and powerful message. What do you hope viewers take away after seeing this film?
That we're all, I don't know, we're all part of the same world. Like, I think we can all empathize with each other. We can all understand each other's stories once we get to know each other. I feel like once folks see Slay, and especially with that and Earl's story and uh, Travis kind of being an ally, that you can kind of be on the same plane, be on the same level, and just know that we're all in this together. Like we're all on the same planet. None of us can fly, right? So we're all human.
Yet. None of us can fly yet.
Yet. And when we do, we have to talk about it.
Yes. Yes. Okay. And then you had mentioned like possibility of a sequel. So Slay would be such a good premise for a TV series. Our friends at Blue Eyes Pictures, we have friends at Blue Eyes Pictures, produced some of our favorite shows, such as Astrid and Lily Save the World and Surreal Estate. So we're pitching that they turn this into a TV show. What are your thoughts on Slay becoming a potential series? And would that be something that you would be down for?
Short answer, yes. Absolutely would be down. I would love to see just more different folks representing different genres, or like maybe Jax doing drag as well. And maybe they're like the baby of them all, except for it'll be like a drag king. And introducing those folks into this world. So Blue Ice, if you're listening, listen, we know Slay slayed, and we know hopefully Slay 2 can happen 3, 4, 5, 6, however, we can go on for, but a TV show would be so rad. Like, move over Twilight, move over City of Bones. We got like just move up. We're coming in. We're coming in.
All right, let's talk some vampire lore. So, Donia, Jem put a really fun twist on vampire lore in the movie Slay, but I was wondering what your favorite vampire lore and story is.
Ooh, I definitely rewatched a lot of Jem's references. I rewatched Dusk Till Dawn. I rewatched Twilight. I rewatched I rewatched Blade. So I rewatched a lot of these references, and then kind of got the humor, like where Jem was going for it. And then for myself, I'd say I really do love What We Do in the Shadows. I really do love Underworld. I have this like crush on this whole City of Bones books, like how they just I know it's vampire question, but I'm just saying that whole universe, they did it really well with all the different fays and werewolves and warlocks and everything. I think that would be down. I'd be so down for that as well.
You've written and directed a short called Catch Up With Me. Can you tell us about the film and what inspired it? Also, where can we stream this?
It's not distributed yet, but it has been in festival, which was great. And it's basically the reality of dating in this lens would be a queer date, because most of us growing up, we see television as this like fictional, it all comes together beautifully, which we all know when we see someone that we like or have an awkward connection with, doesn't really go smoothly. So I wanted to fixate on the realities of a date and how we just want to get to know each other, and it's just so like a train wreck, because I know I've been there where I'm like trying too hard or trying not hard enough, and we're just trying to have a meal at the same time. So once it's out, I'll let everyone know, but for now it's still in the cooks of potential some other festivals. Yeah.
That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, so the way we're going to kind of wrap this up is I put together a Slay trivia quiz, and you and Rowell are going to battle it out.
Okay. Okay. All right. Get the nerves out. All right.
Okay.
You take
I
another
don't know
drink.
what's going on.
You take
Like,
another
this
drink.
yeah. Yeah.
Rowell has no idea. Like, I just threw this at him today, basically, and he agreed to it. So I'm really glad that you're down for it.
Okay.
So there's going to be 8 questions, and if you tie, I will throw in a tiebreaker. But I think the way that we're going to do it is I will say a question, and then the person who has the answer, say your name and then give the answer to us. Does that sound good?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Question number 1. So the queens arrive to the Bold Buck in a decked out motor van. What is the name of the vehicles what is the name of the vehicle that the
Donia,
ladies
can't be
travel
van.
in? All right, 1 point. Okay. What is the name of Mama's drag show?
Oh, Rowell. House souffle.
Woo, you got it. Okay, let's see. Um, House Souffle gets one performance in before shit hits the fan. What song
Rowell.
does House Souffle perform to?
Rowell. WAP. I really want to say what it stands for, but I can't. And I think it's from Cardi B, right?
And
And Megan the
yeah.
Stallion.
You jumped on
Yes,
that.
I did.
I love
Yes, I did.
Okay, 2-1 so far. Question 4. Uh, oops, losing my place. Okay. So everyone scrambles to arm themselves with weapons to fight and kill off these vampires swarming the bar. What is Jack's weapon of choice?
Donia, forks and then cutlery.
Yeah, so good. Okay. So there's a whole bunch of people that get turned into vampires throughout this movie. But there are a few that get turned, and they get turned into good vampires. How many of them who are turned are good vampires?
Donia, I 3.
Yep.
Okay, oh no. Oh.
All right. After being bitten, Earl quickly feels the hunger for blood. What does Earl eat to curb his appetite instead of eating his pals?
Well, Rowell. Rowell. Um, I think he eats like a mouse or a rat in the bathroom,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, Ratatouille, as Jack says.
Ratatouille. Was that an ad lib, by the way, when you said Ratatouille, or was that written in?
That was written in.
Nice.
That was
Okay.
all Jem.
Oh,
Okay, let's see. In the wake of an epic battle with the vampires outside of his bar, Dusty embraces his inner drag queen. What color do the girls choose for Dusty's hair?
Donia, red, like strawberry blonde or red.
Yeah, nice. Okay, so this is our last question.
wait, what's the score so far?
Oh, let's see. So Donia has 4 and Rowell, you have 3. So this is your chance to tie, okay?
Forget the last question. Can I ask another like off topic? So we were talking about WAP. During filming, did you guys use a temp track or did they have that song playing?
We were hopeful. We didn't know. We were gonna have it yet, but we were putting it on a loudspeaker, and then sometimes we'd have to shoot it without sound. So then the queens would just like, and then some of the background, like the crew would start singing the song, so everyone would knew where they were. Yeah, it was
Oh, I
so
love
much
it.
fun, and the queens thought they were like actually lip syncing for their life. Like they're like, I didn't finish.
Love it. All right, sorry, are you gonna go ahead?
Final question. This is a quote that you have to finish. The quote by Jax, okay? So fill in the blank. Hatred is more exhausting than what?
Donia, hope.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh
All right,
shit.
Donia. I mean, you killed it. You slayed.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
I was trying to give that
I
to
know, I'm
you.
so sorry.
I know you totally tried to pass it off.
Oh. All right, is there anything else you want to say before we go?
Yeah, Donia, thank you so much for hanging out with us for a bit. It was a pleasure meeting you and talking about this awesome movie and learning more about your short
Thank
as
you.
well.
This was like so much fun. I feel like I was like in the same living room as both of y'all.
Yes.
And just like,
I know I really want to thank you for taking the time because I know you're super busy, and big congrats because I hear you're booking things left and right. So get it, right? Get the bag, get the
thank
coin.
you.
Congratulations on your success. Hope we get to talk again
I hope so
soon.
too.
It was
Yeah.
such a pleasure meeting you. And I'll go watch Slay again right after I finish this.
I love how you just flicked a fork, and then I hope you enjoyed that little homage to me. I really loved it. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching. And don't forget to check out the Tubi original Slay, starring Donia Kash. And again, there's no subscription needed, no login required. You can go online, you can watch it, download the app. It's free. And check it out. It was hilarious. I loved it.
Thanks so much, everyone.
All right, bye.
Bye. Bye.